Some people don't ruin their lives all at once. They do it slowly, choice by choice.
When you don't know me anymore.
You're such a freaking idiot!
Rachel's voice cracked across the night just before the full Coke can did. I ducked, feeling the rush of air as it whizzed past my head. Foam sprayed somewhere behind me. "Babe, I can explain," I protested, though my voice sounded thin even to me. The girl I'd been kissing only seconds earlier slipped into the shadows, vanishing like smoke. Rachel's eyes followed her, sharp with rage, before snapping back to me. "Explain? What are you explaining? That you're a lying piece of crap?" "I already know that," she yelled, snatching another can from the cooler. We were at the end-of-year bonfire celebrating our high school graduation. For everyone else, it was marshmallows, laughter, and optimism for the future. For Rachel and me, it was just another battle. We had been like this for 4 years. A mix of passion, chaos, jealousy, keyed car doors, screaming matches, and even one police warning. Everyone had stopped paying attention to us long ago. She threw the can. I ducked again. The third one hit hard against the side of my skull. The world froze for a heartbeat. Rachel froze too, eyes wide, like she couldn't believe what she had done. I touched the sore spot on my head, my palm coming away wet. "You know what? This is bullshit," I yelled. "We have been doing this for 4 years, and I'm sick of it." Her anger faltered. For a second, she just stared at me. I looked at her. "We're no good for each other," I said flatly. "We're toxic." I paused. "We're done." She walked toward me slowly, her expression unreadable. She stopped just inches from my face and whispered, "You're right. We both deserve better." 2 months later, I packed my bags. Sam, my older brother, was starting his sophomore year at college in California. He had come home for the summer, and while I was venting about Rachel, he suggested that I drive back with him. He was taking his car this time, and we could take turns driving. I could hang out for a while and figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. More than anything, it would give me time away from Rachel. I didn't know it then, but that decision would change my life. Sam and 3 of his friends decided to move out of the dorms and rent a house for their sophomore year. 2 of them, Justin and Holly, were dating and shared a room. Sam had his own room, and the 4th roommate was a woman named Kate. Sam and Kate had met during orientation on their first day of school and bonded instantly when they realized they had both grown up in Texas, only a few towns apart. I was going to sleep on the couch, which I was completely fine with. The alternative was sharing a bed with my brother, and that was not happening. We arrived, exhausted and hungry. Kate answered the door. She was wearing a yellow sundress and greeted us warmly. She hugged Sam while I stood there awkwardly. "Hi, you must be Jake. It's wonderful to finally meet you. Sam talks about you all the time." "Nice to meet you, Kate. Thanks for letting me stay. I'll try to stay out of your way. I just needed to get away for a few weeks." "It's no problem at all. Come in. I made dinner because I thought you might be hungry." "You thought right." I dropped my duffel bag at the entry and headed toward the kitchen. Sam rolled his eyes, but Kate just smiled. "I hope you like burgers and fries," she said, "and milkshakes for later." I looked her straight in the eyes and said, "Marry me." Kate laughed. After that first day, we clicked. She was busy with school, and I had taken a job as a barista at a coffee shop close to the house and campus, so I could walk to work every day. She would stop in between classes, and we would talk while she crammed for tests. Sometimes we walked home together after a long shift for me and a long study session for her. I started noticing her more. At first glance, she seemed ordinary. Brown hair, brown eyes behind black framed glasses. But the longer I was around her, the more I noticed the glossy highlights in her hair, the way her eyes lit up when she laughed, and the warmth of her hand when she tried to teach me to dance in the living room late at night. Before long, we fell in love, and I moved from the living room couch into Kate's room. We became a strange little family. Justin, Holly, Sam, Kate, and I. Justin and Holly spent most of their time in the library or their room. They were both pre-med students and incredibly dedicated. But when they were done studying, they joined us in the living room to watch movies or play board games. One summer stretched into a year, then 2. I kept putting off decisions about my future. telling myself I had time. By the time 3 years had passed, Sam and Kate were preparing to graduate, while I was still working as a barista. I loved Kate deeply, but being younger and still drifting made me feel like I was standing still while everyone else moved forward. Then one night, on the phone with my dad, he offered me something solid. He was retiring and needed someone to take over the family auto shop. Sam wasn't interested, but for me, the idea of owning something real, of building something with my hands, felt grounding. But it meant leaving California and the life I had built there. That night, lying beside Kate in bed, I finally told her, "Kate, I have something to say, and you're not going to like it." She turned to me, eyes steady. "I have to go home. My dad wants me to run the shop. It's an opportunity I can't pass up." My voice cracked. She studied me for a long moment. "Okay," she said, then smiled and asked, "When are we leaving?" "What?" I blinked. "I am not letting you go, Jake," she said softly. "I love you. I can do grad school there." Her eyes were serious. I pulled her close, overwhelmed. "You make me so happy." The next day, we told Sam. After giving it some thought, he decided to return home too and apply to graduate programs nearby. "What can I say?" he joked. "I'm not ready to break up the band just yet." With Dad gone, we could stay at our childhood home while Sam and Kate got their graduate degrees, and I stepped into my new role as manager and eventual owner of Jackson's Auto Shop. My dad was already in Florida with Kim, his longtime girlfriend and former receptionist, starting a new life. The shop was exactly as I remembered it from growing up and working there. I had one immediate problem. I needed a new receptionist since Kim had moved to Florida. I put an ad on social media and got several responses. The one I wasn't expecting was Rachel. The next morning, I heard the front bell ring. When I looked up, there she was, exactly as I remembered. Rachel dressed like she was from a different era. Short skirt, leather jacket, big blonde hair, flawless makeup, and her signature red lipstick shining at 9 in the morning. Always extra. Always Rachel. "Hey, Jake," she said with a sly smile. "Long time." I froze. "Rachel, wow, you look great." "Where have you been?" she asked. "You disappeared off the face of the earth after graduation." I moved to California with my brother Sam. You remember him." Rachel made a face. "Yeah, he didn't like me much." I couldn't argue with that. He really didn't like her. We stood in silence for a moment before she broke it. "So, about the job?" she asked. I motioned for her to sit. "Do you really think it's a good idea for us to work together? We have some history." She laughed lightly. "That was high school. We've both changed since then. I mean, I hope you have." She laughed. "And honestly, I really need the money right now." I knew without question that hiring Rachel was the worst decision I could make. And yet, like I was watching myself from the outside, I heard the words leave my mouth. "Welcome to Jackson's." Working with her was exactly what I feared. She was late, snapped at customers, and took long breaks. And yet, the old spark that made us so passionate and destructive flared again. It started small. Jokes during slow afternoons, Rachel bringing me a bottle of water while I worked under the hood. Harmless things, or so I told myself. Little by little, we got flirtier. Then I realized that in all the months Rachel had worked for me, I had never told her I had a serious live-in girlfriend. I tried to justify it because Rachel never asked directly, but I knew that was a lie. Earlier in her employment, when I was talking about Kate and Sam starting school, she had asked, "Who's Kate?" I hesitated. "One of Sam's roommates from college. She came here with us." The words slipped out before I could stop them. I should have said she's my girlfriend. Rachel's look of relief twisted my stomach. Running a business was tough and time-consuming, but the shop was doing great. On days when I knew Kate and Sam would be studying, I stayed late doing paperwork and ordered fast food. One night, Rachel heard me ordering burgers as she was getting ready to leave. "Burgers, Jake? Forget that trash. Let's have dinner somewhere nice. It's been a long day." Against my better judgment, I agreed. I came home late to find Kate had made my favorite lasagna, candles flickering on the table. I ate every bite, even though my stomach hurt, because seeing her smile felt like forgiveness I did not deserve. I should have seen the signs. Rachel's flirting became obvious and shameless. I should have shut it down. I should have told Kate. But around Rachel, I felt like that reckless high school kid again, the one who never thought about consequences. Until it happened. Friday night. Closing up the shop, the mechanics gone. Rachel leaned against the counter, a bottle of tequila in one hand and 2 shot glasses in the other, a dangerous smile on her face. "It's the weekend," she purred. "Let's have a private party." I hesitated only a second before reaching for the bottle. An hour later, the front door creaked open. I turned, groggy, heart sinking, and saw Kate standing in the doorway with the takeout bag in her hands. Her smile froze. Her eyes dropped to Rachel on the desk, tugging her skirt back down. Then to me, my pants still undone. "Kate," my voice cracked. "Kate, I'm so sorry." She dropped the bag. Food spilled across the floor. Without a word, she turned and walked out. I wanted to run after her, but my legs wouldn't move. "Who was that?" Rachel asked lazily, pulling her hair back. I stared at the door where Kate had vanished, my voice barely a whisper. My life. She was gone by the time I got home. Sam was waiting, sitting in the living room. "Jake, I don't know what to say," he said, his voice shaking. "What the hell is the matter with you?" "Sam, not tonight," I said, collapsing into a chair. "I just lost the best thing that ever happened to me. I have to get her back." "You're not getting her back," Sam said. "She followed you here to build a life with you, and you threw it away for your receptionist." "Rachel," I admitted quietly. "Rachel is my receptionist." Sam's face went pale. "Rachel? Your Rachel?" I nodded. "My first love." "The one who broke your windshield and slashed your tires?" "Yeah." I nodded again. "I don't know how I let it get this far. I love Kate more than anyone. I need to talk to her." "Not tonight," Sam said. "She's staying at a hotel and doesn't want to see you." He stood. "I'm going to go be with her. I don't want to see you right now either." He left, and I was alone. The next few months were hell. I couldn't fire Rachel without risking legal trouble, so I endured her until she finally lost interest and started dating one of the mechanics. They eventually married, and Rachel chose to stop working. I felt nothing but relief. Kate moved into a small apartment near campus. Over time, Sam moved out as well. Our relationship was strained by then. We barely spoke unless we had to, so it was inevitable that he would leave. What I didn't expect was for him to move in with Kate. "Sam, are you interested in Kate?" I demanded the day he left. "Don't be ridiculous," he snapped. "Then why are you moving in with her? Why not get your own place?" He sighed. "It just makes sense for us to share rent again, at least until we finish school." He looked at me seriously. "I care about Kate, I always have, but I would never take advantage of her. She loved you, and she's still heartbroken." 2 years passed. I worked, ate, slept, and repeated the cycle every day. I felt stuck in limbo. Then Sam called and asked to meet for a drink. "Kate and I are done with school," he said carefully. "That's great," I replied. "There's something I need to tell you." I nodded, already knowing what was coming. "Kate and I grew close," he said quietly, watching my face for a reaction. When I didn't respond, he continued. "Neither of us planned it, but we're together now." "Oh," I said flatly. "We're getting married," he said. "And we're having a baby. A girl." The words shattered something in me. He watched me, waiting for an answer. I wanted to be angry with him, but I knew this wasn't his fault. I had done this. "Congratulations, Sam," I said finally. "I need some time to get used to this. I'll be in touch when I can." "Okay," he said. "You know where to find me." I left the bar without another word. Kate was gone from my life in every way that mattered, and that was my doing. For a long time, I told myself I was just unlucky. Wrong timing. Old feelings resurfacing. One bad decision that spiraled. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was simpler and uglier. I had been careless with the one person who chose me without hesitation. I had treated love like it would always be there, waiting for me to grow up. It wouldn't. I thought about the night at the shop, about the look on her face. Not anger, not screaming, just something shutting off behind her eyes. That was the moment I lost her. Not when she walked out, not when Sam told me they were together. It was that quiet second when she realized I was not the man she believes I was. And she was right. Sam would build a life with her now, a steady one, a safe one, the kind I should have given her. I felt the jealousy rise in me, hot and familiar, but this time I did not feed it. This was not their betrayal. It was the consequence of mine. I could keep replaying it, keep wishing for some version of the past where I made a different choice. Or I could finally make one now. I could not undo what I had done. I could not repair Kate's heart the way I repaired transmissions and carburetors. Some things, once broken, stayed that way. But I could build something better from here. Maybe I couldn't fix the past, but I could stop being the man who destroyed it. That felt like a beginning.
Thank you for listening. If you love storytelling, follow along for more tales of drama, romance, the supernatural, and suspense. New stories are added regularly. This story was inspired by the song How's It Going to Be by Third Eye Blind. It is entirely fictional. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental.